Bush Life in YouTube. So this past year, we decided to make an expansion on our nursery, and we've mostly been focusing on grafting mango trees. So in a previous video, I was kind of teasing out which variety of mango we're planting here at the farm. And I've got a collection of about 60 varieties now, and one of them is my favorite, and so that's what we planted out. It's a tree that I was originally gifted the tree from Dr. Richard Campbell, and he brought it when he came to one of my mango tastings a few years ago. And it was a little 1 gallon like the ones we saw back in my nursery, just like that. I planted it directly into the field, and it's about 5 years later. It's been producing for a few years now. The variety is called Bolt, like lightning bolt. And it's a very special mango. They're not humongous fruits, but they are just a power punch of flavor. I actually went to Dr. Richard Campbell's farm. They have a farm called the Mango Min Homestead, where they sell their own fruit off their, basically out of their like garage, side, front yard kind of area. And they've got a wide selection of new and always developing newer varieties. And one of them that I remember was Bolt. And I bought a whole box of it, and I brought it back. And I shared it with my friends, and I even brought it to a local Rare Fruit Club tasting event, and it was flat out across the board the winner of every tasting that I put it into. This is my mother tree right here. This is the Bolt. It's had a hard time. We had a hurricane this year that blew off or ripped up a bunch of the leaves. We've had some cold, but it is actually flowering. There's some new flowers that are emerging. There's some older flowers in there. Last year, this tree only fruited on one side. I don't know if any of you guys remember, we had a really, really cold event last year, and I think it burned all the flowers on the whatever the cold side of the tree was. This side of the tree was super heavy with fruit. The other side of the tree had none. As you can see, we're trying our very, very best to keep this thing from falling over. We had most of our trees pushed over in the storm from Hurricane Ian. We do have damage on some of these trees. There's still some broken branches. And there's stress cracks like in the trunks where they were just thrown around. We did take a direct hit. I think we had recorded winds of over 150 miles an hour. Here's a tree that I didn't prop up because I'm going to be replacing it. Some of the trees that either I've decided not to propagate, or that I personally don't care for, I'm just taking them out and replacing them with other varieties. But if you guys are interested in the trees that we do produce our own mango trees. We have our own turpentine rootstock. We graft here on site. And we are selecting varieties that work here in Southwest Florida. So if you're in Southwest Florida, I highly recommend you purchase trees from someone who's producing them in Southwest Florida. If you're not in Southwest Florida, you can also go on my website, peaceriverorganics.com. Right now we don't have a lot of inventory posted, but by the time you're watching this, maybe we do. It kind of comes and goes. Right now, we've taken most of the stuff down off the website because after the hurricane, rather than going into the online sales, which is what my original plan was to start doing online sales, because of all the turmoil that was happening, we decided we needed to pot up all of our 1 gallon shippable stock. We put it up into 3 gallons and let it root out. It's basically rooted out now. We're kind of waiting until about March, and then we're going to start loading up the website with our current inventory, and we'll be able to ship to pretty much anywhere in the country except California. We just got our nematode certification, so we can legally ship plants to everyone. The only one we can't do is California, and that's because we don't have a containment system for our potting soil, which we're working on. So, as we develop, assuming this nursery side of the business grows, we do intend to have available stock that we can send to California. But I'll just show you the little guys. Here's one of them here. There's our little tags. That might be backwards, yeah, because it's on my phone. But these are little grafted trees. These are actually a little bit bigger than the original bolt that I grafted. There's another one right there. And we planted about 20 something of them up here. This variety to me is the cream of the crop. It's a little bit of a late season. Seems to be relatively compact growth on the tree. So I wouldn't call it a dwarf, but it's not real lanky and vigorous. And everyone that tries it loves it. I wish I had enough for all of you to be able to try it. That's part of the reason I planted so many here, is because I want to be able to, send them in the mail for people to try them out and fall in love with them like I did. But the big question was, what mango variety did we plant up here? The answer is the Bolt mango. I do have some other plantings that I'm planning to do on my other property over there, and we'll probably diversify a little bit. But I wanted to make sure I had a good foundation of this variety because, first of all, I only have one tree, and I don't know anyone else that has it but Dr. Campbell and the few people that have already bought from me. I've already had, I don't know, there's probably 20 or so people that have already come and bought some of my first grafted bolt trees earlier, or actually at the end of last year. But if that's something you guys want, if you're looking for bolt, come to me. I'm the one that has it. I don't know if anyone else is going to be offering it anytime soon. You can find my website, peaceriverorganics.com. You can comment down below. Let me know if you've tried it and what you thought about it. I haven't heard anyone that didn't like it, but we all have our own different flavors and tastes that we like, and interested to hear what you guys think about it. But yeah, Bolt mango for the win.